All right, let me ask you this. The majority of the used car customers that you deliver, are they financing?
I'd probably 60-40.
Yeah, like
60-40?
probably.
Wouldn't that be majority?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess.
It depends. I mean, it seems like these days every car we try to sell is like a freaking $10,000 car.
Right.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm not thinking about $10,000
Yeah.
cars. The average price of a used vehicle in this country right now, you know what it
It's
is?
like almost 30 grand. I think.
Almost 30 grand.
Wow.
Okay, what was 30 during COVID, then it's
Yeah.
backed up just a little bit. Okay, so let's call it
The
29.
average new car price, what, 48?
49.5.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Average. new
Money
car
grows
price.
on trees around here.
Well, you think about this. We got the highest prices, basically, since the beginning of time. The Sierra, you know what they were famous for?
Catching on
Ferraris.
fire.
And General Motors didn't even recall them. They
Yeah.
felt fire was good for America. Okay?
My dream car is a Pinto. I would love a Pinto.
There's something wrong with you,
I would
CJ.
love
Something
a
wrong
Ford
with
Pinto.
you.
I would drive it
He's
every
a sick,
day.
sick man.
When I got in this business, General Motors had 57% of the market. Yep. All right, where was I going with this?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Now I remember. Now I remember.
Talking about dream cars here.
No, you're the first. You're the only
No.
guy on the planet whose
No,
dream car
I
is a
can't.
Pinto.
No.
Yes. All right.
But it's a Pinto with a Honda motor in it.
All right. Here's where I was going with this. We got interest rates at 22-year highs. Okay. Now they're not as high as they've ever been. When I was a finance manager, if I got you bought on a new car, you know what your interest rate was?
20, 30?
19.6, because that was the state cap. Lender couldn't charge us anymore. We couldn't charge the customers anymore. When you bought a 1 or 2-year-old used car, you were in the mid-20s. But the balances were a lot smaller. So, but today we got the highest rates in 22 years plus the highest prices basically forever. What's that mean when it comes to payments?
Stupid tall.
What percentage of your customers are leaving here with the highest payment they've ever had?
All, yeah.
If it ain't all, it's close.
Yeah,
If
pretty
it
much.
ain't all, it's close. So, if I could show you a way to better justify a payment without dropping a penny's worth of gross, would that be worth knowing?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. I believe, if memory serves me correct, on a used vehicle, the average payment in this country is somewhere around $560 right now.
We have probably, if not
Does that
higher,
sound right?
If not higher,
Let's-
because
let's
you know, you figure 29 something grand. You figure even at a good rate, 7 something percent, that's probably 560. Something
Yep.
like that.
I'm going to use 600 just to use a round number. And what term can I use? 60?
Yeah, I mean, let's not over leverage. Actually, no. What I think average term is up to like it was like 81 months or something.
Well, that's
crazy
that's
like
for
that.
all
Yeah,
vehicles.
yeah, so
I'm
mostly
talking
new
I'm
cars.
talking used
Yeah,
vehicles
used
right
cars.
now.
Let's stick. with-
Use 60. So, if you put $600 a month at 60 months in front of me, and I said that's too high. First of all, when a customer says that's too high, is that an objection?
I look at it.
It may just be a question.
It's a complaint.
Yeah.
It ain't an
Like,
objection. It
yeah.
may not. Now, it might be an objection, but if you've done a decent job of qualifying me, okay, you know I can make the $600 a month payment.
Right, because if you spout like, oh, I want to be $300 a month, we have completely missed
Yeah,
the
we
boat.
missed the
And-
boat about an hour and a half ago. Okay. Well, let me ask you this: how many times have you put the perfect deal down in front of a customer? Okay, meaning price was right, trade was right, payment was right, interest rate was right, cash was right, and they still bitched.
I think it's just that's the nature of the game.
That why? But why?
Because conditioning.
We've trained them.
Yeah.
We have trained consumers that it is extremely profitable to say no to a car salesman because most car salespeople don't know what to say when they hear no. They come back with something like this: well, 600 wouldn't work for you, CJ. How close could you come? Where would you like to be? Something really stupid like that. Okay? And then they go running
This
back.
is like the early barbells.
Oh, the barbell. God, yes. Yeah. The barbell still has some application done correctly. Okay? But what I'm about to show you is magic. Okay? I'd never seen it ever in the car business, and I work from Los Angeles to Maine. I work from Detroit to Orlando. I work obviously in St. Louis, Dallas, Lafayette, Louisiana, Atlanta, Georgia, and lots of places in between. No car salesperson or manager I've ever showed this to has ever seen it before. I learned it from Elvis Vaughn. Elvis, I told you I'd give you credit for this. I'm going to give you credit for it. I'm in the 7th year of giving you credit for this. Okay? Harley Davidson general manager. I was doing a seminar for his people on how to justify a payment. He goes, I believe I got something you might like. I said, I'm sure you do. Not believing he did. Turns out it's the single best payment justification strategy I've ever seen. I've got this on, it's been watched maybe 100,000 times on YouTube. I get emails from salespeople that I've never met, never will meet, don't know where they're from, all the time going, hey, it's made me $50,000 more a year just knowing how to do this. Because if I said to you, Scott, $600, come on, you can do better, what would you say?
You can do better.
You can do better, can't you?
Oh.
You're the salesman. I'm the
Okay.
customer.
Yeah.
If I said you can do better than that, come on, what would you say?
Well, what's better?
Okay, I wouldn't say that because now you just turned over control to me.
Right.
Because now I'm going to say, well, how about 450, which is stupid. But let me ask you a question: do customers give us really stupid answers sometimes? Maybe it's because it's a bad question.
I think this is when I go, you know what, we don't talk payments.
Okay, well,
That's effing nice, Josh.
okay, well, yeah, we could, yeah, I'll get the chicken shit.
Hey, we're not supposed to talk
Yeah,
about payments.
I never have a conversation about interest.
All right, well,
rates
okay,
or
well,
payments.
then I'm not. Then there's no reason.
No, but actually,
no,
I
no,
didn't
yeah,
show
those
you
guys.
entry.
I want to hear this. I want to hear the secret.
Okay,
We bid. You got us on the hook.
you're my customer. You're bitching about $600 a month.
Okay.
Okay, I know you can make this payment. You just don't want to, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I don't blame you. You're trying to get the best payment you can get. That's your job as a consumer, CJ. I don't have a problem with that at all. CJ, what I'm going to say next is going to sound a little crazy, but it's the absolute truth. You're not going to pay $600 a month to drive this vehicle, okay?
Okay.
But you are going to pay $600 a month because here's what you don't want to do. And I draw a check. You don't want to write a check for $600 a month. You don't want to sign it, and you don't want to make it out to a lender. Am I reading you correctly?
True.
You could, but you don't want to, right? I got to get him to say he could. Okay? If he looks at me and goes, Steve, read my lips. I can't write a check for $600. Well, then this ain't going to work. Okay? I put him on too much car. That's a mistake I made 2 hours ago. Here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to send that check to the lender. I hear you, CJ. I hear this all the time. Look, there's some things people know and some things people don't know. For example, this is a $30,000 car.
Sure.
This is a $30,000 vehicle.
Not Pinto.
You know it's going to depreciate, right? Now, the good news is it's a used vehicle, which is a smart move on your part because the biggest hits have already taken place. Plus, these days, vehicles are depreciating at a slower rate than ever in history. Correct?
Correct.
All right. So you're making a good decision here. So you know that, but here's what you may not know. Every time you stroke a check for this vehicle, there's a savings element to that payment, meaning part of that payment's coming back to you. Has anyone ever showed this to you before?
No.
Okay. Look, when you make the 60th payment, graphics are important here. Okay, when you make the 60th payment, CJ, what comes back to you in the mail a couple weeks later?
Title.
Time release in Missouri, but yeah.
Yeah.
Lien release, okay, and it's only got one name on it. That's yours, okay? There is no lender's name on that. Now, if you drive this vehicle like you intend on driving it, CJ, you don't do anything special, but you don't crash it, you don't trash it either. What do you think that lien release or that title, or what do you think the vehicle's going to be worth in 5 years?
Say about 10 grand.
About
12.
$10,000. 10 to 12? Well, let's use 12 because that's going to make it easier math. So now, 5 years from now, CJ, you didn't want to make a $600 payment. You can, of course, but you've paid the sucker off. You got a vehicle with no payment at all. You got a title and a vehicle worth $12,000. You got a phone on you?
Do.
Pull out your calculator.
Sure can.
Divide 12,000 by 60.
It's $200.
You know what that $200 represents, CJ?
No.
Every time you stroke a check for $600, metaphorically speaking,
You're getting $200 back.
$200 is coming straight back to you, which means your net payment to drive this vehicle is $400 a month. I need your okay right there.
You got me.
Give me that.
You got me.
That
Give me
K-Swap turbo.
Give me that
Pinto.
$30,000 Pinto.
What's easier to say yes to, 600 or 400?
400.
400. By the way, is this true?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
For
Well,
the most part.
no.
yes.
No,
No? Tell me how it's
I
not
mean,
true.
is it true?
It's assumed. It's based on some assumptions.
The only assumption is what it's worth
Exactly.
at the end. Now,
Exactly. Yeah.